What if the scariest feeling isn't sadness, but nothing at all? Not heartbreak, not anxiety, not even anger. Just waking up one day and realizing you feel flat. Life keeps moving. People laugh, celebrate, cry, fall in love. And you're there, physically present, functioning. But emotionally, it's like someone turned the volume down on your entire inner world. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, I don't know what I feel anymore, or I just feel empty, then this video is for you. Today, we're talking about emotional numbness, what it really is, why it happens, and 6 powerful signs that you might be experiencing it without fully realizing. Take a deep breath. Let's get into it. Now let's talk about something many people struggle with silently. What is emotional numbness really? When someone struggling with depression or trauma says, I feel empty inside, they don't always mean they're constantly crying, and they don't necessarily mean they're overwhelmed with sadness. Often, they mean the opposite. Emotional numbness is not intense pain. It's the absence of intensity. It's when your emotional system goes into low power mode. You don't feel deep joy. You don't feel deep sadness. You don't feel fully connected. You feel muted. And here's something important. Emotional numbness is often a defense mechanism. When emotions become too overwhelming, whether from chronic stress, trauma, burnout, or prolonged depression, the brain sometimes adapts by dulling everything. It's like your mind says, if feeling hurts this much, let's just feel less. The problem? It doesn't only turn down the pain, it turns down the joy too. And that's where this gray, detached state begins. Let's go through 6 clear signs. 1. You're living on autopilot. You wake up, you get ready, you go to work or school, you complete your tasks, you come home, you scroll, you sleep. Repeat. Your life is functioning, but it doesn't feel lived. There are no emotional highs, no deep lows, just a steady, flat line. It's like you're watching yourself go through the motions instead of actually being inside the experience. And the strange part, you're aware of it. You might think, why don't I feel more excited? Why don't I feel proud? Why don't I even feel sad? It's as if you're a character in a game left on autoplay and you're waiting for someone to grab the controller. That someone is you, but for some reason you feel disconnected from your own life. If this sounds familiar, that disconnection could be emotional numbness. 2. Happy events don't feel happy enough. Imagine this. It's your birthday. Your friends throw you a surprise party. Everyone's cheering, smiling, hugging you. You smile back, you say thank you, but inside, there's no emotional surge, no warmth spreading through your chest, no overwhelming gratitude, just a mild, distant appreciation. Or maybe you get promoted, or graduate, or accomplish something you worked hard for. Logically, you know it's important, but emotionally, it barely moves you. You start comparing yourself to others. Your friend cried tears of joy at their graduation. Your sibling was ecstatic after their promotion. Your partner couldn't stop smiling during their celebration. And you? You feel like you're experiencing everything at 30% intensity. It's not that you don't care, it's that your emotional amplifier is turned down. Here's something many people don't talk about. Emotional numbness doesn't always mean zero emotions. Sometimes it means most emotions are suppressed except one: anger. You can go days feeling flat, then something small happens, a minor inconvenience, a comment, a delay, and suddenly you snap. Your reaction feels bigger than the situation. Why? Because suppressed emotions don't disappear. They accumulate. Sadness, disappointment, fear, resentment. When they're repeatedly pushed down, they compress into pressure, and pressure eventually needs release. Anger is powerful. It cuts through numbness. It feels intense. So sometimes the only time you feel truly awake is when you're irritated or enraged. You begin to notice a pattern. Either I feel nothing or I feel angry. That's exhausting for you and the people around you. If this resonates, it might be worth asking yourself, what emotions am I not allowing myself to feel? Sometimes talking to a therapist or mental health professional can help unpack those layers safely. 4. You only feel through movies, shows, or books. This one surprises a lot of people. In real life, you feel detached, but during a powerful movie scene, you cry. In a novel, you feel love, heartbreak, excitement. You connect deeply to fictional characters. For 2 hours, you feel alive. Then the credits roll and the numbness returns. Why does this happen? Because stories feel safe. The pain isn't yours. The rejection isn't yours. The loss isn't yours. Your brain allows emotional access in a controlled, low-risk environment. But when it comes to your own real-life vulnerability, it keeps the gates closed. Feeling through fiction is not a weakness. But if that's the only place you feel deeply, it may signal emotional numbing in your personal life. 5. You're experiencing emotional blunting from medication. If you're taking antidepressants or other psychiatric medications, this is important. Many medications are incredibly helpful and life-saving, but some people experience a side effect known as emotional blunting. They describe it like this: I'm not as depressed, but I don't feel fully like myself either. The extreme lows soften, which can be a relief, but sometimes the highs soften too. For some, this trade-off feels worth it. For others, it feels like losing part of their emotional depth. If you've noticed changes in your emotional intensity after starting medication, don't stop taking it abruptly. Instead, talk to your doctor. Sometimes adjusting the dose or switching medications can help restore balance. Your emotional life matters. 6. You struggle to empathize like you used to. One of the hardest parts of emotional numbness is what it does to relationships. Someone you care about is hurting. You listen, you try to respond appropriately, but inside you don't feel the connection you used to. You know you love them, you know you care, but the emotional response feels delayed or faint. This can create guilt. What's wrong with me? Why am I so cold? But here's the truth. When you're emotionally exhausted, your system prioritizes survival. If your own emotional resources are depleted, it becomes harder to access empathy. Not because you don't have it, but because you're running on empty. Emotional numbness doesn't mean you've lost your heart. It may mean you've been overwhelmed for too long. Why does emotional numbness happen? Emotional numbness is rarely random. It can be linked to depression, trauma, chronic stress, burnout, unprocessed grief. Growing up in environments where emotions were invalidated. If you were taught that crying is weakness, that anger is unacceptable, that your feelings are too much, you may have learned to shut them down. Over time, shutting down becomes automatic. Your brain isn't trying to harm you, it's trying to protect you. But sometimes protection turns into disconnection. What can you do? First, acknowledge it. If you see yourself in these signs, don't dismiss it. Second, start small. Reconnect with your body. Exercise. Take slow walks. Notice physical sensations. Journal honestly, even if all you can write is, I don't know what I feel. Talk to someone you trust. And if the numbness persists, consider speaking to a mental health professional. Therapy can help you safely reopen emotional pathways that feel blocked. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but numbness is not permanent. Final message. If you feel like you've been living on pause, if you're waiting for your emotions to come back, you are not broken. You are not cold. You are not alone. Sometimes the mind goes quiet because it has been overwhelmed, but with support, safety, and patience, feeling can return. Slowly, gently, in layers. You deserve a life that feels real, not just functional. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which sign felt the most familiar? Your story might help someone else feel understood. And if this helped you, don't forget to like and share it with someone who might be silently struggling. Subscribe for more honest conversations about psychology and mental health. Thank you for staying until the end. And remember, feeling nothing doesn't mean you'll feel nothing forever.